Listening Library presents Star Darlings, Clover's Parent Fix by Shayna Muldoon Zappa and Ahmet Zappa. Read for you by Kyla Garcia.
Prologue. Together we face the music. Together we take a stand. We're one for all and all for one. We're the members of the band. Clover paused, Star Zap in hand, as she swung slowly back and forth on her hammock, composing a song. At least, Clover was trying to compose a song. She was the main songwriter for the Star Darlings band, although, by her own choice, she wasn't an official member. Clover could play just about any instrument on Starland, from the keytar to the Googlehorn, and had a true stage presence. But she was taking a break from the starlight. After all those star years performing with her circus family, traveling with the greatest show on Starland, she wanted to concentrate on her real love, songwriting. If only this song was coming easier. It was supposedly about Star Darlings the band, but it was really about Star Darlings the star-charmed group of students fated to save their world. And Clover was having a tough time with it, despite her strategies. First, to set a goal, and that was to finish the song before the Battle of the Bands competition. Second, to keep to a routine, and she did, working first thing in the morning before breakfast, even if inspiration didn't hit, even if she'd stayed up late the night before and wanted extra sleep. Even now, she thought. Across the room, Clover heard her roommate, Astra, tossing a star ball into a net. Thump, thump, thump. It was the perfect backbeat. She returned to work. Together we face the music. Together we sing our song. We faced a lot of star trouble, but we always stay star strong. Strength. Clover considered how strong each Star Darling had to be. Every mission they'd gone on had been riddled with problems, mixed up wisher and wish identifications for starters, and Leona's wish pendants burning up on the trip back. And poor Adora, whose Wishworld transformation hadn't lasted one star day. Sparkly and glowing, she'd had to hide in a bathroom. Of course, there was Scarlet, too, whose trouble had started before her mission even began. She'd been kicked out of the Star Darlings and replaced by a girl named Ophelia. Lady Stella, the headmistress, had claimed Ophelia was the true Star Darling. Luckily, Scarlet wound up collecting wish energy anyway. But had Lady Stella switched the girls to mess up another mission? Clover hated to admit it, but it certainly seemed that way. In fact, all the evidence pointed to Lady Stella as the evil mastermind behind the problems. And that included both the poisonous flowers that had made the Star Darlings bicker and the toxic nail polish that had made them act so strange. Did she have an accomplice? There was that mysterious woman Astra kept spotting having meetings with Lady Stella. What did it all mean? And what could the Star Darlings do about it? Clover wanted a faster beat to match all those questions. Something with an edge. Astra began to bounce 2 star balls at once, double time. Clover picked up the rhythm. What is Starland's fate, fate, fate? It's time to lend a hand, hand, hand. We're all in sync, sync, sync. We're the Star Darlings band, band, band. Fate. That was a powerful refrain, Clover thought, for the song and for the Star Darlings themselves. Tessa, Cassie, and Scarlet had discovered a secret underground chamber holding an ancient prophecy, a book proclaiming that 12 star-charmed starlings were destined to save Starland. And it was clear now that Starland was certainly in trouble and needed saving. Power outages and energy blips had become frighteningly common. Of course, the Star Darlings figured out they were those very starlings, just before getting trapped inside the chamber. Thank the stars we found them, Clover thought. But was that another evil act by Lady Stella? Clover slowed down the tempo. Oh, we believe in the truth. Please don't tell us these lies. We believe in the stars, shining high above in the skies. Clover considered the next lines. The Star Darlings had confronted Lady Stella, demanding the truth. But what would Clover write about that meeting? How Lady Stella had... Clover's star zap flickered and chimed with a hollow call. She glanced at the screen. It was her mom, hanging upside down on a trapeze. In the background, Clover saw the circus big top, the view swinging wildly as her mom moved back and forth. These trapeze calls could last for star hours. Each time her mom swung past another relative, she'd pass the star zap. Clover bit her lip. She was just getting started on these lyrics, but it meant so much to her family, particularly her mom, to talk to her. She swiped the screen, and a hollow image appeared in the air before her. "Hello, darling," said her mother, still swinging. "We just set up the tent in Old Prism for tonight's show." "That's great, Mom," said Clover. "How is it going?" "Well..." Her mom's trapeze slowed as she thought things over. "We're running behind, actually. Our circus swift train had to pull over and recharge a few times." Just then, Clover's dad grabbed the star zap as he swung from the opposite direction. "Nothing to worry about, Clover." He jumped off at the platform, passing the phone to her Aunt Cecile. Cecile held the device with one hand as she grabbed the trapeze with the other. She soared through the air, and Clover saw a dizzying stream of colors. "The show will definitely be late," her aunt said chattily. "And our clown car lost its shrink/expand energy, so it can't hold a hydron clowns anymore." Aunt Cecile let go of the trapeze, aiming for Clover's mom's outstretched arms. "Now that clown car can barely hold your great-grandfather Otto," her mom said, neatly catching Aunt Cecile and taking the star zap at the same time. So the wish energy shortage is really everywhere now, Clover thought. The high-energy circus, seemingly immune to negativity, was the last place she thought would be hit. "But are you doing okay?" she asked. "We're right as starshine," her mom said, delivering her aunt to another swing. "Just some minor inconveniences. Let me show you my new dive into a barrel of water." But Clover's star zap buzzed with a hollow text. The barrel dive would have to wait. She had received an all-school message marked "Read immediately." "Please report to the auditorium as soon as star possible for an important announcement," it read. In Clover's 2 years at Starling Academy, there had never been a major meeting called unexpectedly. Whatever it was, it had to be big. Chapter 1. An important announcement. The whole school had to be there. Would the assembly be about Lady Stella and her role in the energy shortage? About her sabotage? Clover flipped out of her hammock, landing perfectly on 2 feet with her arms high above her head. The somersault was really just a habit, but still, she glanced at Astra to see if her roommate had noticed. Astra, a star athlete, had recently returned from Wishworld, where she'd helped grant the wish of a young gymnast and had gone to a competition. Now, Astra was projecting a hollow sign with the score 999,999.5. "Starf," said Clover. "Half a point more and I'd have a perfect moonium." "Better luck next time," Astra said. "And I'm sure there will be a next time." "And I'm sure you'll be there to judge me," Clover shot back with a grin. Acrobatic tricks, kidding around, it all came naturally to Clover. Growing up as part of the Flying Malensa,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?